Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. I hope that you are doing great. If you're new here, my name is Tanya. This is a channel about thrifting, going antiquing, flea markets, estate sales, all the things, and then trying to bring them into your home and make them look beautiful. Now, I have been collecting vintage Christmas all year. And if you're a subscriber, you have seen me do all the mini hauls, showing you all the Christmas things all year. And so many of you thought that I was just crazy. But what we managed to do with all of our finds was 99% decorate our family room and our kitchen with vintage Christmas. Now, if you'd asked me this a year ago, I would have told you no, because I did not like vintage Christmas. But now Greg and I are head over heels for vintage Christmas. This has not been an easy task. Trying to incorporate some of the existing things that we are using with the old, getting enough of the old. We did have to do some supplements, and I will point that out. I am not going to set this to music because I want to talk about a lot of it. But I know some of you don't like it when I break the rooms up. Some of you do like me breaking rooms up. So what I'm going to do to make everybody happy is I'm going to break the rooms up as I get them done. And then I will do a home tour the closer we get to Christmas. And with that, I will have that one set to music. So I'm going to turn this camera around and we're going to start looking at what we have created. Okay, so if you've been around for my home tours, you know that I never start at this area. I always save this for the kitchen. But this is Greg's favorite so far that we have done for Christmas. So let's take a deeper look at this. So at the top, y'all, I couldn't pack up all of my ironstone. For one, I didn't have room to pack it all up. And two, I wanted to try to keep some of it out. So I do have, as you can see, and I know that you can see this, but ironstone pictures with the trees and a little bendy elf. Those shiny bright boxes, I think one maybe has the balls in it and one of them I've used somewhere else. There is one of those old Santa sleighs, the felt sleighs. This is the Coca-Cola crate, or one of them that I thrifted, and it is full of the vintage Santa mugs. Some of them are plastic, some of them are ceramic. These little guys, there's 3 of them. I think I have one somewhere else. I just got those at Antiques on 231. This weekend they are having their open house, Christmas open house. So if you are local, I know you won't see this video to get there in time to go to their Christmas open house, but head over there anyway. They've done a great job getting ready for Christmas. But as I was saying, those came in a package, still in the package, y'all. It killed me to open it, but it was from Japan. But I wanted to use the littles. I've been looking for littles to put in that. So I just mixed some of that together. And y'all, Greg wanted me to go really slow so y'all could see. This is the punch bowl and Santa mugs that I thrifted last February, I believe, at an estate sale. There were 16 mugs that went with it. So we'll just look at this shelf. There's a little bendy elf. There's some of the mugs. These are a hobbyist piece, but it was really cool to find a punch bowl. Now, I have come to realize I have 5 Night Before Christmas golden books, and they are all copyrighted different dates. So this is a newer one. There's some more ironstone. Y'all have seen me collect these all year at estate sales. I have things just set up on red books and green books, as you'll see, just to kind of give things some height. There is more of the mugs that go with the punch bowl. Pull out your marshmallow tins, your coffee tins, your tea tins, your boxes, your things that have Christmas colors to give you height. I just got this at the flea market, and Greg found these little candle holders at 231 the other day. And when I bought the candles from the lady, she told me that these existed and to be on the lookout. So how cool is it that we found them? I don't know if they were sold together originally, but we grabbed them. It works. If you've been around, many of you are seeing things that you have seen me thrift. There's another one of my Night Before Christmas books. I still just kind of kept some ironstone plates and copper back there. This is just, you know, old vintage candy. I got that off of, I don't know, a wreath or something that I got at the bins. I love to collect old vintage postcards or greeting cards. These are different mugs. They don't go with that set, but there, hiding in the back, is a Santa bank. Just right along with some of my ironstone. There's a little salt and pepper shaker. I got that from the Ginger Chick on eBay. Some more Santa mugs. I got this plaid lunchbox at Antiques on 231 during their Christmas in July event. There's some things. You see that little, you saw him in an estate sale haul. I like to do the shelves like this because it draws your eye to the back. It just kind of adds dimension. There's more of those little red books I've been trying to get. And then the last shelf, well, no, it's not the last shelf. There's another Night Before Christmas book in my ironstone punch bowl. There is a spaghetti Santa. I have worked so hard all year to find one of those. I just have things on more books. I got him on eBay because I missed him at Vintage Market Days. That little planter was a Facebook Marketplace find. Thrifted holly from the Goodwill bins. And there's another campfire tin. It just adds all the different colors and dimensions. And then down here, I have two tureens. That head came from City Thrift last year. More cards, more Santa mugs. That little planner you guys saw me get at Four Sisters Christmas in July. Greg got that. He won that in auction. It's a cast iron Santa door stopper. Now, I had done this last year on my other cabinet, and I liked it so much that I just ran a red velvet ribbon and hung some of my vintage cards. These range from the 50s to 1902. And then this, so many of y'all told me, was a pajama holder. So I'm guessing kids would get Christmas pajamas and they would be in here. But I got that at Antique Center in Murfreesboro, Tennessee. So that is my green, glorious chippy cabinet, all decked out for Christmas. Now, before we go to the tree, I want to talk about this box. We had got this milk crate at Vintrist in Nashville, Tennessee. It's a store that I talked about in one of my latest videos. And I have collected so much ephemera and vintage Christmas and things throughout the year. And I was just having a hard time figuring out how to use it all because I only have so much space, guys. And so I had the idea because I wanted to use this milk crate. I was like, why don't I create a box to make it look like I'm decorating? And I can put all the things that I want to display and just don't quite know where to put them in. So this is tissue paper that I had gotten at Four Sisters last year. You're going to recognize some of this. And I know some things you can barely see, but a Christmas album, honeycomb bells, lots of boxes, old boxes from ornaments. This is Shiny Bright box, jingle bells. I got that at an estate sale. Look at that Santa. Where did I get him? Oh, at the estate sale where I got the mug set. That is not vintage. That is from Walmart a couple years ago, but I love him. Some balls that we couldn't hang. Those deer that we got at the estate sale. Remember, one of them doesn't have a leg. Some holly. Some boxes with some great graphics. This was from Miss Jean. My old Scotch tape. Holly that I got at an estate sale that I just couldn't really find a place to put. I love Christmas or any kind of holiday vintage napkins. So I don't know, some of you may think that that just looks like a monstrosity, but I thought it was a clever way to come up with how to display all your finds. Now this tree is a new tree. We got it off Amazon. The tree that we normally used in our living room would have been 31 years old this year. It was the kind where you still had to put the individual, you know, you would stick them in individual, the things. What am I trying to say? You know what I'm trying to say. Branches, when you put your tree together. So we had to get a new tree. We had used a flock tree in here the past couple years, but I knew if we were going with a vintage theme, I didn't want flocked in here. So we pulled this together the best we could, and I think that it turned out really well. Let's get a closer look. These old lights, they're not old. Let me restart. We got these at Walmart. They don't get hot. We got these bubble lights at Hobby Lobby. They do get hot. And we have collected probably about 40 old Shiny Brights throughout the year. So what we had to do, we kept most of them up top because of Hazel Grace. She likes to undecorate trees. What we ended up doing was supplementing. We were able to get a few boxes with the help of a friend of ours, and Greg went on a hunt at Home Goods where they are making the new Shiny Brights. We were able to get a few of those. And then we ordered some plastic balls that are similar in the way that they look to put more on the bottom because Hazel just wants to undecorate the trees. So they're more down here. The lights are not flickering. That is just something the camera does, and I don't know, look at that. Look what a great shot that is of that bubble light. That is so cool. So that is our tree. We did find in the new Shiny Brights, we were able to get a few different shapes. Of course, they are replicas. Y'all, that tree skirt, I don't know if you remember it or not, I got it at the Goodwill bins last March. And in the new ones that we bought, you got, I think we got 4 boxes, and you got a topper with each one. So we have 4 of those. So that's our tree. We've talked about adding a garland, and we kind of decided against it. We both want to get the icicles. Do y'all remember as a kid, like I would get in trouble sometimes because I would just stand back and throw the icicles and just let them land, and it'd make a big mess. We both want to do that, but here's what's going to happen. Hazel is going to knock them in the floor, and our puppies are going to eat them, and then we will end up in the vet, and so we're not doing that. All right, let's move on to the fireplace. This is the simplest our fireplace has ever been. Y'all, this is so different than anything that we have ever done. It's kind of throwing me off a little bit. So we wanted something big, to make a statement up there. And we wanted a really huge, shiny, bright metal sign. We were going to have to get 2 of them. And that was just not going to be in the budget this year because we have had to buy 2 new Christmas trees. So at Venturist in Nashville, we found these replica signs. They're made like on foam board, and they're just old advertisement. If you hear that, that's Hazel undecorating the tree in the foyer. They're replicas of advertisements from like back in the 30s, 40s, and 50s, printed on like a foam. Not really a foam, like a plasticky type. I don't know how to describe it. So we're using that. It definitely makes a statement. And we are I put them up just with command strips. And they are sitting above a collection of our Santas. Now, I think this time, well, for Christmas last year, I might have had, what, 3 Santas? So we have managed to collect these from estate sales, antique stores, flea markets, all throughout the year. Some of them definitely look better than others. Some of them have more of a story to tell. They've seen a little bit more. I'm learning that my favorite ones are the side-eye Santas. Although he is super cute. He just looks like he's about ready to get into something. I love him. There's one of what I call a side-eye Santa. I don't know why he has on so much makeup. And then over here, you can barely see him, is that little one. Bless his heart. His story would, you would just need to get a snack and a drink and sit and listen to all that he would have to tell. Now, remember when I told you that we threw away all of our garland? Y'all, we accidentally got rid of all of our garland. We do not have garland for our staircase, for our doorways, and this garland on the doorways was one of my favorite things. And these lights do work. I don't know why it's doing this. Somebody else, another YouTuber had said this, and I was like, they're crazy. No, they're not. See, I guess the camera doesn't pick it up if you're standing a certain way. Isn't that weird? But anyway, we're not going to go rebuy the garland. We had so much garland for all those areas that, first of all, it's a little bit too late. Really good garland sells fast and it's expensive. So we'll have to work on budgeting, replacing our garland for next year. But we got this one piece for the mantle at Walmart. Put some colored lights on it. Maybe in hindsight, we should have done the big bulbs, but we didn't think about it. And these are the light covers that I got at Four Sisters Christmas in July. I just got a new strand of white and put those on. So that is our mantle for 2024. If you've not gone back and watched, I think I have 2 or 3 Christmases on my channel. You should go back and watch them. You will see just how different this is from what we normally do. Over here in a crock, ignore that cord. I just have a collection of some of my smaller Santas. Look at him. He got a little shy. There's some smaller Santas. And then I have my Big Daddy over here that I got at an estate sale in February. I got him at the same estate sale that I got the punch bowl at. He cleaned up so good. I think he looks great sitting there. If you don't know yet that you can go to Amazon and pick you any season, any holiday, and put you a wallpaper up on your TV, you can do that. I just typed in vintage Christmas ambiance and was able to have that going on my TV. Now, let's talk about this garland. I know I said we didn't have any garland. Greg likes to sit up late at night, and he ordered some just random pieces of garland to try different things from Temu, because Temu is an inexpensive place to get it. This is going to be fine sitting here. I'm glad we don't have a lot of it. I think that this garland is pretty. It is not garland where you can use picks, like add balls and picks. It just doesn't have the same effect, y'all, as that cheap garland that you get for $6.97 for 6 feet or 9 feet. That is the stuff that you can really either double up on, or you can add so many things to. Greg hates that garland. I think that's perfect garland. So we have this, and we just have some extra pieces that we're going to put outside, but we're not going to get this to replace all of our garland. But how many of you agree with me? Yes, the expensive, thick garland is beautiful, but is that cheap stuff not easy to work with and add your picks and your ribbons and your balls, and you can make that look something out of a department store? That's a big debate Greg and I have all the time. Okay, so let's move over to our corner cabinet. Again, we kept some of our ironstone, Greg's wooden boards, his favorite mortar and pestle. Now that is one of the trees. We've gotten 4 this year. We got one from my sister for Christmas last year, and then we got another one at Springfield Barn last year, but then we were able to get, I think we got this one at an estate sale. This little Santa assemblage came from Vintage Market Days. And then up there, I just have another mix of Santa mugs, littles, you know, little vintage snowman, little reindeer. I have flower frogs, little tree bushes, filling up a Coca-Cola box. And then down here, I've basically done the same thing as I did in my green chippy cabinet. I kept as much ironstone as I could, because you all know I love my ironstone. And I just layered the Christmas items in throughout the shelf, coming from back to front with different heights. So there you see a peppermint plate that came from Hobby Lobby. Actually, that came from Goodwill, but it originally came from Hobby Lobby because I had bought some from there. Santa mugs, elves. Now, many of y'all had seen my wonderful cup that I won in an auction with the round handle. We found 2 more at Antiques on 231 Christmas open house. So we ended up buying these 2 plus 2 smaller mugs. So my mug count now is up to 107. Y'all, that's crazy. But there's just some more little vintage Christmas. All of these littles were picked up, like I said, estate sales, thrift stores, antique stores. There's an old Santa plate back there that I got at Hobby Lobby a couple of years ago. There's my picture set that we just got a couple of weeks ago. Mixed in with some books. Just gives a nice layering effect. There's another peppermint plate. I've got some cups sitting up on. These are like, not the chunky little butter pats that everybody wants, but just a different variety. That is my Night Before Christmas book that I got when I was a little girl. There's an elf sitting on a butter pat, some tumbling Santas, all mixed with a little bit of ironstone. I did leave my Homer Laughlin dinerware mixed in. And then down here, again, keeping ironstone, some of my green bowls, because how perfect. That is a picture set that I bought off eBay in January last year. I got it on a great deal. Let's see, I know I've got some stuff covering. I did keep also some pictures with just some trees in it. Got a little Mrs. Claus sitting over there. But all the way that I do these cabinets, it just with the going the back from back to front, it just really makes sure I go all the way back to look at everything. Now down here, we struggled with the elves. Are we bringing out the elves? Because these are new elves. And we decided to trying our hardest to mix a little new with old. So we got some little elves busy at work, getting some stuff made. Now we did use our stockings that we've had for years. We honestly looked for some vintage type stockings and we just couldn't really find anything that we liked. This wreath, do you remember this wreath? How many of you remember this wreath that I dug out of the Goodwill bins and paid just change for? I bet some of you thought there was no way I would use it, but there it is. Okay, and so here is my little box I got at the junk hunt. I love this, and it's in the perfect home. I put up my little family. I remember last year I just said I made them a family. Got that all at City Thrift. It's a little Santa. That's new. That came from Hobby Lobby. But I still kept my ironstone and things. And there's some more of those little Santas. These are fairly easy to find in antique stores or in estate sales if you're looking for those. There's a Bendini elf, a little Santa candle, and another Santa. And then there's just a quick overview of the couch. And right there, that beautiful girl is the reason why I keep this couch very simple. Yes, beautiful throws and large plush pillows would be wonderful, but they're in the floor and the puppies tear them up. But I think that this is simple. There's a lot going on in this room. And so this just kind of, you know, keeps things simple. It is just housing books right now that we're not using, but there is that coffee table book that I thrifted at City Thrift. It is beautiful and would be fine just sitting there by itself. It says Christmas in America, but y'all know I can't just leave things simple. I did have to put one of my plastic Santa sleds up there. All right, y'all, so that is our family room for Christmas 2024. Okay, y'all, so if you have been around here for very long, you know to stay tuned for the home tour, because how many of you know that I'm probably going to change something? I would almost promise you that by the time our home tour is up, there is something different in this room. Because when I sit and I study things and I look around, things come to me a little bit more, and I'm like, you know, that might look better if I move this, or maybe we should move that in here. So this is just a little taste of what's to come, but you stick around for that home tour. Things will change. Now, I know today's not November 1st, and what did I say? I promised you a video on November 1st. Why did I not have a video up on November 1st? Let me tell you. Around 3 o'clock on Halloween, demons were unleashed upon my body. And it was the worst 36 hours of my life. And there was no way that I could make a video, and plans that I had spent money on and fine-tuned and been planning for months. The best prank. It didn't happen. I had to cancel it. It's still going to happen. It's just not going to be quite as effective. So anytime I say something's going to happen on a date and it doesn't, y'all just pray for me and know that I'm dying somewhere. I either have some type of sickness, or I'm having a meltdown because I have too much homework, or some catastrophe has happened, because that is my life these days. But anyway, I hope y'all stay healthy. And if you go back and watch my videos, here's what you're going to say. Every November, this chick is on her deathbed. I don't know what it is, but every November, I have to start planning my funeral. Greg knows what he's supposed to do, so we'll see if he follows through. Y'all can come get in line for my estate sale, because he'll have to sell some of it. He won't be able to keep up with all of it. All right, y'all. I am going to do at least one Decorate With Me throughout this series. I'm only promising you one, so just get prepared. I know that's what everybody wants to see, but there is one that I'll do. My next video, I'm not going to tell you what it is, because I don't know what it's going to be. Y'all know me. It'll be the exact opposite of what I tell you it's going to be. So until I see you all again, happy thrifting.